Bonjour à toutes et à tous et bienvenue to part 2 of the Alliance Française de Milwaukee's tour and tutorial of the new Culturethèque platform. In part 2 of this tutorial, we will take a tour of the Culturethèque website, go over how to use it, and take a look at the kinds of resources you can find there. If you haven't signed up yet, go back to part 1 and start there. You can find the link to that video in the description of this video. To start, let's visit www.culturethèque.com. So here we are on the home page of Culturethèque. By default, this website will be in French, but if you're still learning, you can change the language to English or Spanish at any time by coming up to this top right corner next to Langue and selecting English or Spanish. Let's select English for today. Keep in mind that changing the language of the page will not change the language of any of the resources in Culturethèque. All the books, podcasts, magazines, and more, those will still be in French. So let's click Login. You will enter your email address and password and click Login again. So now on the home page, you will see some recommendations from the Institut Français. Next, some of the most popular resources on Culturethèque, some items that you recently viewed, and various highlights from the different sections of Culturethèque. Now let's click My Profile in the top right corner. On this page, you'll find your personal information in case you need to edit it, as well as your preferences, including the themes and types of content you selected when creating your account. You can also edit these at any time by clicking on the little pencil icon, selecting up to 5 themes, then click Save, or up to 3 types of content. You'll also see the expiration date of your account, and you can click this button here to sign out of your account. On this page, you'll also see your favorites and lists, which you can also access by clicking My Lists at the top. Lists and favorites allow you to easily come back to any number of resources. To create a new list, you can click the plus button, give your list a name and a description, and click Save. I will demonstrate adding a book to the list and finding it in the list a little bit later, but this is where you can come back to your lists and favorites. Now we'll go back to the home page and take a look at these 5 tabs here. Let's start with Explore. Under the Explore tab, there are 3 more sections: For You, Our Selections, and By Thematic. Under For You, you'll find personalized recommendations based on the preferences you selected and resources you've already accessed. So new resources that have been added in different genres or themes that you like or are similar to things you've listened to before. Suggestions based on resources that you recently selected or listened to. I think this button here, the Surprise Me button, is a really great tool. You click Surprise Me, and it selects a resource from all of Culturethèque that it thinks you might enjoy. And you can click that any number of times to get something new. Under Our Selections, you will find highlights and lists selected by the Institut Français. Under By Thematic, you can dive into a specific genre or theme and see what's available to you. For example, you can select literature, and that will take you to a page where you can explore all of those resources. Now we'll go back to the top and select this green one, the Reader's Corner. This is where you'll find books, audiobooks, news, comics, things like that. So here we have some news and magazines, young adult books, comics. Next we can go to the yellow Children's tab. This tab has all types and genres of content geared toward children, such as picture books, middle grade books, activities, and podcasts. Then the studio in red. This has all of Culturethèque's audio content, which includes audiobooks, podcasts, and music radio stations. And finally, the classroom. This is where you'll find resources for learning French. So they're sorted by level. You can select I'm a beginner, I get by, or I'm comfortable. Let's select I get by for now. And here you can find all of the learning resources based on your level. One of the resources that I think is really exciting are these audiobooks. Let's click one. These are classic texts with simplified vocabulary that are geared toward different levels. So you can see this one here says B1. So if we open it up, and we'll go to the first page. You can click this play button here to listen to the audio, and you can read along with the text at the same time. You can also adjust the volume and the rate at which the narrator reads to you. As I mentioned earlier, you can add any resource to your favorites or to a list. All you need to do is click this button here, then select a list, and click Validate. We'll select Culturethèque Tutorial and click Validate. Then we can come back to that resource at any time. All you'll need to do is click on either My Profile or My Lists. Click on the list, and here we can see that we've added that resource to our list, so we can come back to it. I will also point out this search bar here at the top of the page. Let's say we're looking for a book by Jules Verne. We'll type that in and hit enter. So now you'll see all of the resources on all of Culturethèque that have anything to do with Jules Verne, but that's not exactly what we're looking for. We want just books, so we can click book. Now we'll only see books, but we still see some books by other authors about Jules Verne maybe, so we can refine further by clicking Refine My Search and select Author, pick just Jules Verne, so now we just get those books. You can also refine by editor, theme, publication year, or section. The last page I will point out is way down at the bottom in this tiny text right here, is the Frequently Asked Questions page. This page will have answers to many of the questions or difficulties you might encounter. You can click through the different pages and expand different sections to answer your questions. If this doesn't answer your question, you can contact the Institut Français with this form here. Contact us and type out your message. And of course, you can always contact me at annika@afmilwaukee.org. That's ANNIKA@afmilwaukee.org. Or call me at 414-431-1291, or visit us in person at 1800 East Capitol Drive. Merci for watching this tutorial. You are now ready to go forth and enjoy all the resources Culturethèque has to offer. I hope you enjoy. À bientôt!